What's up, Kansas City? I'm Serenity, and today we have poet Bobcat, also
Hello.
known as, what's your real name, Dylan?
The real name is Dillon Collins.
Okay. How you doing today, Dylan?
I'm doing good.
Tell us where did Bobcat come from exactly?
When I first started getting into the poetry scene here in Kansas, I noticed that a lot of the poets had like a stage name or their own poet name. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. You know, you can pick a name that's cool and market that. So I posted on Facebook trying to figure out what I should be. And people came up with a lot of good suggestions, and that was my favorite.
Oh, okay. So how long you been doing poetry?
I started writing poetry when I was 14, and I just turned 24
Oh,
about a month
okay.
ago.
All right.
But most of those I don't feel are performance worthy.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of write for like just fun, or you always do stage poetry, like?
For the last 3 years or so, it's pretty much all been stage poetry.
Okay. I know you kind of do slam poetry a little bit. Tell us about that experience. I know you came to the Hewlett Slam and you did the Pound Slam quite a bit last year. Tell us about your experience with that.
It was just a lot of fun. Like before I moved to Kansas, I used to live in Alaska, and there was no poetry scene up there. And when I came down here, I was amazed to find out that people are actually interested in this, and they do this for fun, like every week.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to get more and more involved as much as I could and see how my poetry stacked up amidst the masses of everybody else's good poetry.
Okay. So do you have any upcoming projects coming out, any books or anything?
On April 15th, I believe it's a week from today, I have a 1-hour feature coming up at the Arts Bar from 8 to 9 p.m. before the open mic that they have there on Wednesday nights. And then starting in September, I'm going to be co-hosting Third Wednesdays with Alex Shipley.
Tell us a little bit about that. So third Wednesdays at the Arts Bar, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, once a week they do a poetry open mic, and since I started going there and getting comfortable with the people and the scene, I wanted to get more involved, and I mentioned to them several times that if any positions opened up for hosting, I was interested. And eventually it just cycled through, and they let me know they wanted me.
Okay. So your feature is 1-hour feature, like
It is.
that's next Wednesday, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be doing 19 original poems that I wrote.
So who would you say inspires you as a poet? Any local poets, national poets?
Locally, one of my favorite poets is probably Nightlife.
Oh, Doug. Yeah.
Doug Rosenbrook, for not only for his poetry, but just the whole personality that comes along with him and all of his history in the poetry scene.
Mm-hmm.
As far as not locally, about 3 years ago, I bought an EP of Levi the Poet. It was about 5 tracks, and I listened to it on repeat for about 4.5 hours sitting in a coffee shop. And that was when I really started writing more of the spoken word style.
Who is Levi? I've never heard of him.
He's, I'm not sure where he lives, but he's about the same age as me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's newly married and a young Christian guy, and he does this super intense spoken word poetry, and then tours around and puts out records.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of him. All right. Well, so how would somebody get in contact with you?
I'm on Facebook under my real name, so Dillon Collins. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of other Dillon Collinses on Facebook, but if you recognize my face, hopefully you can find me. That's probably about it. In September, you can find me third Wednesdays at the Arts Bar, or I'm usually there almost every Wednesday, and that's their open mic start at 9 p.m. And I go to Slam Hewlett occasionally when I can get the time.
So where is the Arts Bar located, just in case if somebody didn't know?
It's off of Broadway. It's about a block from the Uptown Theater.
Okay. All right. And any other contact information, or is that it?
That's it. I'm not that connected. Oh, I am on Instagram as
Okay.
Dillon the Poet, I think.
All right. Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.
And I'm Serenity, reminding you to spit your piece.